You know, I never thought a simple mop bucket could flip my whole world upside down. But there I was, Lena Thompson, scrubbing the polished oak floors of this massive old Victorian house in upstate New York, feeling like every drop of sweat was buying another day for my little girl Sophie, who's been fighting this rare heart condition since she was a toddler. Doctor's bills piling up like autumn leaves, you know? And then Mrs. Evelyn Hart, the lady of the house, this sharp-tongued widow who'd inherited the place from her tycoon husband and ruled it like her personal kingdom, storms in, her heels clicking like thunder, eyes narrowed like I'd just committed treason. "Lena, you call that clean? There's a smudge right there, fix it, or pack your bags," she snaps, her voice dripping with that old money disdain, the kind that stems from years of losing people close to her, making her cling to control like it's the only thing keeping her afloat, especially after her own daughter passed young from something similar to Sophie's illness, turning her grief into this wall of suspicion toward anyone beneath her, like me, the black housekeeper from the city trying to scrape by. It wasn't just the daily grind, the endless polishing of silver heirlooms that gleamed like accusations, or dusting shelves lined with dusty photos of Evelyn's perfect past. No. It escalated when her prized sapphire brooch vanished one evening after a garden party, and her gaze locked on me like a hawk spotting prey. "You were the last one in here," Lena admitted. "You took it to pawn for your sick kid story," she hisses, her words laced with that ugly mix of class snobbery and racial undertones. Born from her isolated life where she'd heard too many whispers from her HOA cronies about those people moving into the neighborhood, fueling her paranoia that I was out to sabotage her fragile empire. I stood there, heart pounding, hands trembling, but I held my ground. "Mrs. Hart, I swear on Sophie's life, I didn't touch it. I've been nothing but loyal, scraping by for my girl." And just as her hand raised in fury, her husband, no, wait, her late husband's old business partner, Mr. Harlan, bursts in, alerted by the commotion from the staff quarters, his face stern but fair, demanding, "Evelyn, what's this nonsense? Accusing without proof, it's beneath you." The room froze, whispers from the other help like old Clara the cook, who's been there decades and resents any newcomer stealing the spotlight, adding fuel with her sidelong glances. But in that chaos, Evelyn stumbles back, clutching her chest, her face paling as years of bottled stress and that undiagnosed heart flutter catch up, collapsing right there on the Persian rug. I didn't think twice, rushing forward, drawing on that CPR class I'd taken back in community college, tilting her head, starting compressions, yelling for someone to call 911, my mind flashing to Sophie hooked up to machines, thinking, if I can save this woman who's made my life hell, maybe karma will spare my baby. Paramedics arrived just in time, whisking her away, and as the house quieted, Mr. Harlan pulls me aside, gruff but grateful. "You saved her, Lena. Not many would have after how she's treated you." While Clara mutters under her breath, "Hero now, huh? Wonder if she'll remember that when she's back barking orders." Days later, Evelyn returns, frilier, her icy facade cracking just a bit. She calls me to her sunlit parlor, voice softer. "Lena, you pulled me back from the edge. Maybe I've been blind, projecting my own losses onto you, fearing betrayal because I've lost so much." I nod, exhaustion mixing with a spark of hope. "I did it because life's too short for grudges, ma'am. Sophie's taught me that," and slowly, she opens up about her daughter's death, how it shattered her trust, turning the house into a fortress against the world, even manipulating the local HOA to keep outsiders at bay, all to mask her loneliness. But trust builds slow. You see incidents like a misplaced key ring spark fresh doubts, Clara stirring the pot with jealous whispers. "She's too cozy now. Watch her back," driven by her own fear of being overshadowed after years of quiet loyalty. Yet Evelyn starts including me, seeking advice on household matters, even connecting me with her charity friends for Sophie's bills, her vulnerability peeking through like sunlight through storm clouds. The real test came at this swanky fundraiser in the ballroom. Evelyn hosting elites from the city, her poise masking lingering anxiety when suddenly she clutches her chest again, staggering amid the crystal chandeliers, guests gasping as I weave through the crowd, steadying her, restarting those compressions, my voice cutting sharp. "Hang on, Mrs. Hart, breathe for me, like I know you can fight." Paramedics take over, And later, in the hushed aftermath, she finds me in the shadows, eyes glistening. Lena, twice now. You're not just help. You're family, handing me this antique locket. Her mother's, whispering. For Sophie, may it bring the strength I've found in you. Sophie's surgery went smooth. Thank God. Her little heart mending like the cracks in this old house. And now the place feels warmer. Evelyn's even loosened her grip on the HOA, letting neighbors in without the third degree. Clara's come around with reluctant smiles, admitting her envy stemmed from feeling invisible. But here's the thing that nags at me sometimes. In a world quick to judge, can real change stick? Or is it just a pause before old habits creep back? I mean, Evelyn's softer, but power like hers, does it ever fully let go? What do you think? Have you seen forgiveness rewrite someone's story, or does suspicion always win? Drop a comment below. Share your take on justice in these divided communities. I'd love to hear if you've got a tale like this. Hit like if it hit home. Subscribe for more real-life twists. Thanks for listening.